Hi, my name's Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about the novel Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. I am going to read my favorite poem from the book, and it's titled The Right Way to Speak. It is on page 68, and here we go. The first time my brother says ain't, my mother pulls a branch from the willow tree growing down the hill at the edge of our backyard. As she slips her closed hand over it, removing the leaves, my brother begins to cry because the branch is a switch now, no longer beautifully weeping at the bottom of the hill. It whirs as my mother whips it through the air and down against my brother's legs. You will never, my mother says, say ain't in this house. You will never say ain't anywhere. Each switching is a warning to us. Our words are to remain crisp and clear. We are never to say huh, ain't, or y'all, get, or gonna. Never ma'am, just yes, with eyes meeting eyes enough to show respect. Don't ever ma'am anyone. The word too painful, a memory from my mother of not so long ago, southern subservient days. The list of what not to say goes on and on. You are from the north, our mother says. You know the right way to speak. As the switch raises dark welts on my brother's legs, Dell and I look on, afraid to open our mouths, fearing the South will slip out or into them. So I chose to highlight this poem in my classroom because it shows how African American people fought for their right to be respected members in their communities during the Civil Rights Movement. And that includes even choosing different words and ways to speak. Jacqueline's mother wants her children to be precise with their language and to speak English the right way, so like standard English, like academic school English. She doesn't want her children to use slang and to succumb to their southern environment for fear of them not being taken seriously or respected. She severely punishes Jacqueline's brother, Hope, to set an example of how she expects her children to speak and act. And then I just chose two different media to connect with this poem. I did want to pair another poem, We Real Cool by Gwendolynn Brooks. I'm just going to read it really quickly because it's very short. And it begins, The Pool Players, 7 at the Golden Shovel. We real cool. We left school. We lurk late. We strike straight. We sing sin. We thin gin. We jazz June. We die soon. The reason I wanted to choose this poem to pair with the poem I selected from Brown Girl Dreaming is because this poem is written really simply and it is really easy to read. It's a perfect pairing because it follows the lives of a young group of people. I assume them to be African American because the author is African American until their untimely death because they do die at a young age. I think it embodies what Jacqueline's mother's fears are of what her children will turn out to be like and the consequences of their actions if they don't follow her advice and don't turn out to be the citizen she wants them to and is trying to mold them into being. And then another resource I wanted to link with the poem and Brown Girl Dreaming is a YouTube video, and it's called Lessons from Lucy Laney, African American Vernacular English. I will put the link below. But this video is basically about how African Americans talk, and it was formerly called Ebonics, but now it's referred to as African American Vernacular English. This video explains how AAVE is a part of African Americans' cultural identity, just like how Hispanic, white people, and Asian communities have their own ways of speaking in their own slangs. And it just kind of addresses how by saying that students need to learn the right way to speak or standard academic English, it's erasing the historical narrative and their cultural identity. So this kind of ties into Brown Girl Dreaming because Jacqueline struggles with keeping her own identity when she's growing up during the civil rights movement. And that's pretty much it. There are plenty of other resources, but I just thought those would tie in the best and touched on all the themes that I wanted to explore in Brown Girl Dreaming. So thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.